Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mampolo from Mampolo's Corner. Renee your mindset. Guys, guys, when I see this country where they call Nigeria, and Nigerians one day inside, they don't enjoy what is called renewed shege. Tinubu promised them renewed hope, but they are now receiving what is called renewed shege. We want them to know here. The time when I realize, say this country called Nigeria don't have, so everybody they collect them. Now when I can't see an animals they chop things when they're not supposed to chop now because of hardship. Animals, they leave their normal food when they eat. They manage whatever they see now. They are eating anything when they like. Oh, you think I'm making it up? All right, now let's watch this. Our brother, our sister animal. When what is supposed to chop because of the hardship in Tinubu's regime, it can't chop with anything that is available. Watch video. It don't have. Country don't have. Dog no wait for meat again. No need. The country hard, my brother. Country don't hard. Neither of them may wait for bone. Who give you bone? You see bone? That the people for under Tinubu's administration who are you normal? Carry bone when human beings are supposed to eat. Get and go give dog. Who be the dog? So dog no complain again. No, they are eating na corn. Strong one self one don't mature like 3 years. Neither dog the manager may use on the sea road because this administration the dog say you don't know where this administration they carry him go. A bear hand worth more than 20 at the bush. Make you manage the corn first. Now that I know say this country, you get where we are going. We are now enjoying what is called a renewed shege. You think I'm joking? Now everybody around they cry now. Now you're going to see this video is very loaded. I am going to be showing you series of prominent Nigerians when they shout everywhere, every tribe that they shout, every religion that they shout. I will show you for this video. When I don't shout now. Now, me they laugh. The time when I shout, when they tell me, they want to say, vote the right person. When they say, me will shut up. Now, me they laugh now. Now they cry. They use to do news. I not tell you now. Now, the number one prominent Nigerian when they shout, they provoke. He said this administration, now Yoruba man, no. He said this administration is taking us nowhere. We are stopped. So Tinubu don't scatter everything. I say Yoruba man, now you they talk this thing. Now we say only Yoruba man, now the same party he there with Tinubu, APC people. All right, now let's listen to Pastor Tunde Bakare. Watch video.
Pastor Tunde Bakare is arguably one of the most outspoken Christian clerics when it comes to social, political, and economic issues. His address on the state of the nation is premised on his belief that governance under the new administration is not going in the right direction.
It's all right.
First, Pastor Bakare laments the effects of the removal of fuel subsidy on Nigerians.
Mr. President, even though you have announced some palliatives, let me remind you that palliatives cannot address the root cause of the problem. Therefore, we demand that you address the root cause of the problem. Take the yoke off the neck of the poor, go after the looters, recover the loot, and retool it to the benefit of Nigerians. In simple terms, Mr. President, kill corruption, non-Nigerians.
In the aftermath of the recent coup d'etat in Niger, the clergyman faults President Tinubu for leading the proposed plan of military intervention by ECOWAS, describing it as an evidence of the president's impulsive leadership style.
By placing military invasion on the table from the very start, before subsequently exploring diplomatic options with the coup plotters in the Republic of Niger, President Tinubu once again put the cart before the horse, thus placing Nigeria and the sub-region in a precarious situation. While we condemn the spate of coup d'etats in West Africa, we recognize that the situation calls for deep introspection on the part of African leaders and makes even more urgent the case for good governance. The call upon Nigeria at this time is not so much to compel submission in the sub-region through the force of might, but to command alignment through exemplary governance.
The televangelist also questions the manner in which certain cases of alleged corruption are handled, citing the probe of former CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele and the suspended chairman of the EFCC, Mr. Abdulrasheed Bawa.
Considering the reported claims by the DSS that his actions were in line with an order from above, the handling of the Emefiele case has sent a signal to the world that the current president's disposition to the war against corruption is primarily motivated by a clampdown on perceived political adversaries, while various other enemies of Nigeria remain untouched. The same can be said of the detention of the suspended chairman of the EFCC, Mr. Abdulrasheed Bawa. Today, Bawa is being held in detention by the DSS, while Bello Matawale, a former governor that Bawa had been investigating, has been nominated by the president as a minister. Once again, if Bawa is indicted in any criminal investigation, then the lawful thing to do is to prosecute him. To continue to hold him in detention in these circumstances raises significant concerns about the readiness of the Tinubu administration to fight corruption.
Right?
Pastor Tunde Bakare draws the attention of the president to other areas of concern, including the need to intensify the war against corruption in the oil and gas sector, reducing the size of government, and the cost of governance.
This one, our father in the Lord, Pastor Tunde Bakare. I follow people when call you out, say, we never hear your voice in sense now, because I don't want to show the long speech one day for this thing. When you talk, say some people call you out for social media. I they follow people when call you out. Because during good luck, Jonathan, you know the house, and you know close mouth. Why you no go talk now? You must talk. Once an activity remains an activity, you continue. So no. Now your brother now. Thank God. Say you know the right thing to do now. You don't call him out. You don't call him out. You say you don't know what they do. If you watch the full video, you finish Tinubu, not be joke. I want to present to one. People want to they shout now. They shout no tribe, no religion. Suffer no religion. You don't even know whether you be animal. You know see dog when I show you when they chop corn now. Before when Nigeria go dog they chop corn. All right now not be only Tunde, be only Yoruba man when they complain on this administration. You get one honest Yoruba man. That guy they honest too. I don't know, so somebody could be dishonest. In a Yoruba man. He said no, he post when they don't give Yoruba people, you don't too much. Say that they neglect Igbo people. Say no, you know good. You see this marginalization when they marginalize Igbo. You see this happens every time. And even Southeast, when people want get rank, they want get mouth, they no go fit up. They go keep quiet there. See Yoruba man, when not be Igbo, when not be even South. They talk say no. Say all the vital positions when they for this cabinet, this ministerial, this thing, whatever. When Tinubu they give, say majority of them, all these sensitive places, big places, now Yoruba and pack and give. Say they no give Igbo people anything one day meaningful. you think I'm making? I say everybody they shout now. All right now, watch the video.
You know, I have looked at the people he's putting together. I'm a little bit uncomfortable with the fact that, if I be honest with you, both of us are Yoruba men, that it's beginning to seem that our people they're going to get the best of the cherries. And if you want me to tell you what, I can tell you the things we've gotten already and the things they're likely to get. What are those? Come on, man. We're in charge of customs. We're in charge of police. 2. We're in charge of army.
3.
We're in charge of CBN.
4.
We're in charge of IRS.
5.
We're in charge of taxation.
6.
We're in charge of appropriation.
7.
Have we become such a people that we can only be fair when we're talking about other people? I am beginning to see a pattern that we're getting. All of the cream is coming to us. And what we will not accept from Buhari, who was even fairer to us than he was to his people, we must be brave enough to say this is not the right way to go even for us. We're not going to suddenly become a parochial people who insist that all of the things in the country, Yoruba people are the... Listen, Shehu, does it not prick your soul that you are putting 10 in one place, 9 in one place, 7 in one place, 5 in one place, and you're giving the Southeast Igbos 5? And I can tell you for free, Shehu, There is no mental capacity, validation, education, authentication that you are looking for in the world that you will not find within the Igbos, either in Nigeria or in the diaspora. Why would you not start telling me that you can get 10 from the Northwest, you can get 9 from the Southwest, and you are telling me that you can only get 5 from them? So these are the issues.
Oh, now don't hear that from this, my brother. This Yoruba guy, God go bless you. In fact, God plus Jesus must bless you for saying the truth. If Nigerians are like this, every tribes are like this. When you see injustice, you speak up, irrespective of where you come from. We go there where we dey. We for not there where we dey. See, Yoruba man, he said no. He mentioned about top position when they don't give Yoruba already. Now the ones why if you remember offhand, will not be say the many he still there remain. He say what waiting. What will not give Igbo? Why? You pack position give northern people, you pack position give Yoruba people. What do Igbo do now? If Hausa still enter today, they go still marginalize Igbo. If Yoruba enter, they go marginalize Igbo. Igbo not there, they marginalize. Southeast. What did they do now? Because say that they feel hustle themselves, that they feel survive everywhere. Una feel say make una dey marginalize them. In short, I not even blame una. I blame the Igbo politicians. Nah, them they blame. They don't talk. They always accept the marginalization, and because they are small belly, they don't feed their small belly. Their brothers and their sisters, they are not their problems. Now, make I carry una go north small. Make una see una brothers when they north when they shout. And this place is where I want Kaduna. This place is where I want Kaduna go now. Now them vote Tinubu pass Kano and Kaduna. Now they vote and pass. Oh, now don't they shout? Who now they shout give? Nobody should shout. Give me say Tinubu do this. Tinubu God will bless you. If I even have my way to copy to be typing to be, don't worry. Tell Tinubu may continue. Make everybody, both the one vote P2B and the one vote Tinubu and the one vote Atiku. Make everybody enjoy what is called renewed shege. May we collect them once and for all. May we check whether our Nigerian brain go reset. You go there in order, because I don't know. Because if they talk some people go they talk Z, some people they talk A, some people they talk F, some people are totally off key. If you are telling them say this is not right, this is not right. Like if this suffer when Tinubu have ready prepared for us, I will show you one man when tell us when the suffer they come. He said the suffer never start. Say this is just we never even reach Genesis. That I analyze and well. I said if I have my way, I say P2B forget about it. Tell Tinubu may stay. Tell the court say you don't want again. May we collect them for 8 years. If everybody had no go correct. All right now, make una see una northern brothers when they shout. Leave Niger. We no one war. O Tinubu dey your own. I no want talk too much. Watch video. Now France flag with that one. Una never see anything. All right. This one I can't. I see one for Castina. That they protest for Castina. I see one for Kaduna. Now there, Tinubu win all of now. I don't know if I go shout though. I think then only southeast, south go shout. Southeast and south self not they shout. Both watching everybody come out. On our own protest. The government want to vote in. You are doing well.
Nigeria, we condemn ECOWAS war on Niger. We condemn ECOWAS war on Niger.
You want to talk self, now Niger you come from. All of them are Fulani. Why you want war? We don't want war.
On behalf of France.
Now, my brother with that one, so you don't need war there.
No to proxy war. We are against proxy war. When did France become not democracy? France has supported more than 20 military coups in Africa.
We never see anything.
France democratic. They are exploiters. They must budget Africa. They must leave us with our resources. They must leave our gold.
It's all right.
Leave our uranium. bringing out today is to express that we are against and to condemn the effort of the ECOWAS president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and other members of ECOWAS.
Now do not vote.
Who are being pushed by France and United States of America to wage war against our twin brothers, Niger.
Me, I support Tinubu.
If you can recall that before the Berlin Conference in 1804, Nigeria and Niger have qualified to be a nation by all definitions. We are all nation states. So when the colonial people came, British, Germans, France,
You tell us story.
they partitioned our countries into their own interest. They did not consider our own interest in partitioning our countries. They divided Nigeria and Niger horizontally. In such a
They speak English.
Niger, some part of our nation is part of Niger, and some they carried it to Nigeria. They divided it among British and France. So
British and France.
they ruled us since that time. Since early 19th century, after the Berlin Conference, they continue to exploit us. They continue to assume our resources. They continue to take our resources at will. We are endowed by human and material resources. We are rich, we are not poor. But they make our countries to be poor, while they take away our gold and resources to their own, build their own countries. Now, what is happening today in the whole world is that there is a paradigm shift in the whole.
Oh, I don't see my northern brothers, they speak English. All right. From Kano, Castina, Kaduna. Now be the hub when one vote this government. Why are you people crying? Don't cry for my. I don't want to hear anything from that side. If any other state or any other area will shout, make no shout. Now, no area Tinubu get upper hand, and I appreciate what Tinubu is doing now. I mean, I'm in support. Like I always tell you, and I always stay in support of government when they in power. Tinubu, you are doing well. Continue your good job. Now, another APC chieftain, APC heavy man, what do they call Ojus or Carlo? They don't bust out now. He said, no, this one Tinubu they do, you know, send them. He himself is against what Tinubu is doing. I said, Ojus or Carlo, not be the same party one day. And they ask you, are you not from APC? Not be you make Tinubu enter this power for the whole Southeast. Not be you hold the ground. He said, nah, him. I said, okay, come tell Nigeria what you are talking about now. For those who never healthy, they talk, all right, watch the video, Ojus or Carlo.
I believe that President Tinubu is not president of ECOWAS.
Jesus.
I saw a press conference here in Washington, D.C. that the president of ECOWAS have declared that ECOWAS service chiefs should move to war. And that is not Nigeria. But I'm still having my reservation that Nigeria should join ECOWAS to go to war. Because if the Americans want to go to war, they should use their troops. They have almost 3,000, 4,000 troops there in Niger. They don't need to say, we will give you money, President Tinubu.
Because they know we need money now.
Just go and fight. It is
only money be no problem.
In our backyard. You don't know where this fight will end.
It's all right.
Nobody knows who is sponsoring this fight. I think the advisors of President Tinubu, which I'm also one of them, will continue pleading on him not to join that fight. Since Nigerian Senate have already said, no, you can't go to war, and he needs authorization of the Senate to go to war. So I don't think it's a good idea to go to war. What they should go to the juntas to do now to put a democratic process plan. They should give us a plan for 1 year, 6 months, 2 years plan to return to civil democratic process. Since they said the president of Niger, President Bushom, have already resigned. Let us take it like that. These things happens once in a while. And I don't think any Nigerian soldier's head is good enough to be killed for another country. It's not our war. It's an internal affair. It's an internal problem of Niger people. I hope my president and my friend and my brother will understand that This is not our war. We have nothing to fight those people for.
Okay.
I want him not to listen to the US. I'm a friend of the US. I'm a friend of Israel. I'm a friend of UK. This is the first time I would like President Tinubu to disobey the US.
The US.
It's not the right thing to do.
Okay.
We are not going to go to war. Let US and Nigeria and France have a transitional program for with the soldiers. They are Niger people. They are not outside from there. So let them plan transition in peaceful diplomacy, agreements, and all the rest of them. They should reach an agreement, concrete agreement, to return to civil rule. I'm not thinking they're going to war with Niger. One, they are our blood brothers. Secondly, it is very dangerous. You don't know who will join the war. They might invade Nigeria. We already have a lot of problems with our minerals along those borders. And nobody should attempt taking us into war. We cannot go to war with Niger at all. It's not the right thing to do. We must pull out of ECOWAS. If it means pulling out of ECOWAS, Nigeria should pull out of ECOWAS.
Pull out.
If that is ECOWAS decision. We're a sovereign nation.
Yes.
Nobody can toil with 250 million Nigerians.
No.
It's not possible.
It's not.
So I still plead, and it's just I'm in Washington. I could have gone to see President Tinubu. I still plead with him not to join the war. He's chairman of ECOWAS, yes. But he also have a role to play to say, I'm not going to go to war. The United States want us to go to war. France wants us to go to war. Why don't they put their soldiers and go to war? We'll give them the money to fight. Let them go to war on their own. We cannot go to war. This war is in our backyard. I plead with the president to listen to the voice of reason. The Senate have said no, and I'm joining the Senate. I wasn't in the Senate now. I was in the medicals, and I still join the majority of Nigerians telling President Tinubu not to go to war for the sake of brotherhood and sake of Africa. Please.
Thank you. You have spoken well. I said you go reach everybody. Don't worry. When you voting people, when you know go fit tell what to do, what not to do, one don't get idea of the economy. Only what they do now say he have done it in Lagos, he will do it in Nigeria. Yes. Tinubu did it in Lagos, we will multiply it in Nigeria. Now he's multiplying it for you people. You did say one state in Nigeria. You do you know what is called Nigeria? And all of us got the collect them now. You somebody have done it in Lagos with the Aboros and all that. I was able to mass work and develop whatever you then say you develop. It not be my problem. You think say that not the ruling of Nigeria. Do you know what is called Nigeria? No, okay. He doesn't multiply the good news when he do for Lagos when he be governor. He doesn't multiply and give Nigerians. Now all of them we don't the receiver. Shege. Now, finally, you get one man when don't come and analyze these things. He said, if Nigerians, they cry now, they never start now. Say nothing when don't start. If you are watching me now, if you're in Nigeria, you say, they suffer now, they suffer now. No, you are enjoying now. Time is coming when you will see Shege suffer. And all of us go see enjoy the Shege suffer under this administration. Both of them voted for P2B, Atiku, and Bola Tinubu. Another problem. But collectively, our body go tell us. For those who never see the man, when they analyze the problem, this man get brain, and I me tell you, I confirm. And he be like saying a Yoruba man too. He they talk through. Watch the video.
Happened with this new government is that they are making the right decisions. Now, the right decisions they are making is going to make things tougher. But if we are able to weather the storm, there is light at the end of the tunnel. With reference to subsidy, I wish that with reference to subsidy, we have all accepted the 2012 verdict. Because Sanusi was crying. Because they were all crying. They gave us the figures. But this same APC government and many other people were against them. Today now, some people are fighting. This subsidy is a fraud. We all know it has to go. So anyone that is saying they should not remove subsidy, you are not being realistic. Because we are at the bottom of the bottom of the bottom. So subsidy must go. The challenge is always, should it go now? What do we need to put in place before it go? All those are stuff we will discuss with time. But that it must go, it has gone. Number two, the floating of the dollar. It's a good decision. But one thing we need to understand is that there's what we call the gestation period for every policy. When a policy is made, it takes between 6 months to 2 years. All other factors being considered before the benefit of that policy begins to come. So all these ones we think things are tough. It's not tough. We have not started.
Jesus.
So don't even disease. You have not started because we are just less than 2 months in the policy now. So it is when the policy goes through its gestation period. So for the fuel subsidy, for instance, it's going to go higher and higher. Then when all the fuel that people that have given licenses have come in, then it can begin to go down.
We are finished.
But don't forget that we don't have any refinery. We have not been able to have one refinery in almost 40 years.
Yes.
Yet an individual did one in less than 4 years. And that one is doing one now that will be ready in another 4 years. It shows that we are not ready. So for you to be expecting that government will do something for you, you are fooling yourself. The government is not there to help you. So you have to think of how to help yourself, which is where survival strategy now comes in. So my own advice for individuals is to understand that the principles that makes for surviving and thriving in any economy has never changed. There's nothing you're going through today that people have never gone through before. They survived it. If we survive lockdown, we'll survive this one.
Yes.
We just need to face reality. And the reality is twofold. Increase your income or reduce your expenditure.
Yes.
But many times people always think of increasing income alone. Reducing your expenditure is a major aspect of surviving any economy because the income will not necessarily increase if you don't have value that you are offering that will demand money to flow to you.
That's true.
So if you are earning salary will not increase. They will even most likely sack you. Because if I'm to advise an entrepreneur right now, entrepreneurs should be making the tough decisions. Tough decisions includes letting go of people that you can survive without. Letting go of people so that you can be able to have a lean operation and then be able to survive as a business. So that means you that think that things are tough, that the salary is small, you most likely won't lose that small salary because entrepreneurs will have to make the tough decision. So number one is reducing your expenditure. And I want to deal with the major aspect of life. And please listen to me objectively if you want solution. Everyone needs to understand that majority of what you are spending money on, you don't need to spend money on them. You are spending money on them because somebody has programmed you to think that way. And until we go back and face reality, we're going to remain. So let's go to the major thing. Food, clothing, shelter, academics. Those are the things that take money. So let's break it down. Number one, food. You say 3 square meals. Is 3 a square or a triangle?
It's a triangle meal.
Who told you must eat 3 times a day? That's part of the setup. So we have all been grown. Oh, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
It's a 3 triangle meal.
Find it much. So even when you are not hungry, you are asking for food. You ask yourself, hey, where's my lunch? Are you hungry? Hey, but I've not eaten lunch. Must you eat lunch? So everybody must go sit down as a family and say, okay, in this family, from today, 011, 101, 001, whatever, you must reduce your food.
That's what we want in this administration.
You eat to live, you don't live to eat. If you eat once a day, you will not die. You're going to go through a period within 2-3 weeks, you will adjust.
Manage yourself.
That once a day is okay and you will be healthy.
Otherwise.
Once you eat well, that's on the food aspect. On the issue of clothing, we don't need to talk too much. Most of the time, it's self-esteem issues. People don't even know what you are wearing. There's what we call the 20-40-60 principle. When people are in their 20s and in their 30s, most of the decisions they make is based on what people will say, how people will feel. By the time you get to your 40s and 50s, you don't care what anybody is saying.
Yes.
By the time you become 60, you realize that nobody was even saying anything in the first place.
Yes.
You are the one setting yourself up. How many times have you done hair, wore shoe, and nobody saw? That you now told them, you didn't see myself how you do shoe. Your husband will give you money to go to salon. And you will return and he will not even comment there because he has forgotten. There are many things the man is thinking of. It's not that you went to do hair. So most of the things we are spending money on, all the clothes you have in your wardrobe, your bungalows in your wardrobe, all the clothes you have in your wardrobe, how many have you worn? All through lockdown, what did you do with those clothes? We are bag and shoe to match. Our destiny is not matching our bank account. We are wearing both straight. Our life is not straight.
Amen.
We are wearing 3-piece suits. We don't have three-story building. We need to cut down on all the waste and excesses. Then let's go to shelter. Now you have a wife. Many of us grew up in room and parlor.
You want to stop it?
Husband, wife, and 5 children. We grew up in one room. We grew up in room and parlor. We survived. Cutting was what our parents were using to survive. They didn't have car, they were happy. Now you have cars, you are sad. Now you are in duplex, you are frustrated. Why? Because we have built our appetites over the years based on materialism, what people will think, what people will feel, and we have set ourselves up. You'll be amazed that in Lagos today, the illiterates are the landlord, the educated ones are the tenants.
So.
All those people we call illiterate that we think they don't have brain, they are the ones buying land, building houses. You now, you go and park a 14 million naira car in an 8 million naira rented apartment. You think you are a big boy, you lack understanding. And the tenant will be calling you a guy,
and wisdom.
Landlord will call you a guy tenants. So we need to cut down houses. Any room you don't need is not your own. Abroad, they do fostering, they rent out room. It starts for us to begin to think, okay, this one now, do I need to move to Ibadan? Do I need to move to Ogun State? Do I need to move to a cheaper place to save my destiny and save my family? Because it's not going to get better. Do I need to move from 3-bedroom to 2? Or from a duplex to a flat? Do we need to cut? That is what needs to happen. Then let's go to education.
So Olumide Emmanuel has been giving us some grass goals that we need in the season.
The boy Noble, the man
some
Noble.
of us are already reanalyzing our expenditure.
The guy
even right on the show. You need to act on these things. You were going to go into education.
Let's go into education. Number one, who told you that you must go to school? Where did you get the idea from? Who ingrained that thinking into you? A child is not supposed to go to school until the child is 4 years old. Because we destroyed the public education, a generation of private school owners came and started coming up with products to take money from our pocket and program us into the bondage of education.
Oh dear.
So they start talking of preschool, kindergarten, all kinds of names for the first 4 years where nothing. And many people now, that's what you are spending money on. So your husband is earning 250. You are earning 80,000 or 100,000. So the total money coming to your family is 350. The school fees you are paying is 200. Where's the wisdom? Can't somebody stay at home and say, look, you know what? For the first 4 years of my child's life, I'm going to stay. I'm going to homeschool this child. My husband, you'll be working. I will stay at home. Many women that are working today, they are not supposed to be working. It has nothing to do with family. It's about my family. What's our family value? This is the formative stage of this student. Stay at home because what you are going to earn is not even anything. You are going to earn 100. So if you are earning something big, they might say, okay, only maybe you are the man will be the one to.
Guys, when I don't listen to Olumide, that guy Gabriel, maybe he's an economist. I will find out very soon. The reason why I brought this guy at the last is because when I don't see the hardship where everybody they complain, different tribe, different religion, different everybody, different classes that they complain now. I want to reassure you that more hardship is coming in Nigeria. You don't need prayers. Don't go and pray. I'm telling you the simple truth. You see, when this man confirm I'm here, that is why I brought him, because he has solution to your problem. You are going to cut down your expenses. Live within the means that you have now. Manage yourself. Until una come out who una put Tinubu, you know, consign me. As long as you consign, if they eat 3 times before, eat once. Yes. No designers, no cloth. Just wear normal simple thing. 5 naira, 2 bend down, select, wear it and shut up your mouth. No girlfriend, no good girlfriend, no girlfriend. No, just everybody manage yourself until this administration we know where that they carry us go. Because as it stands now, we don't know where that they carry us go. I don't want to talk too much, guys. If you love what I'm doing here, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, even on TikTok. All of my political and love, guys. Peace out.